work, Scar?
I don't think that works.
End of the year, Oscar. The calls.
I have no fear of death. It just means dreaming in silence. A dream that lasts for eternity.
Hey guys, Wizzy here. Today I want to talk about Summit, Smash Summit 7. It was a long weekend. It's been over for a few days now, or at least it's been over for like 3 days now or something. But I just want to talk about it a little bit, talk about the event, because a lot of stuff happened obviously at the event. It was a long event, 5 days of doing things. First day, media day, then day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. So I'm sure I got plenty to talk about. I'll tell you guys how it went for me and some stuff about the event in general. So first off, I'll just talk about being invited, which obviously I made that video before Summit for my invitation announcement that Summit posted, and I mean, I knew I'd probably get invited, but I always have that feeling, kind of like, you know, you never know. So I'm just glad that I got invited, especially considering like this is really like the last big event of the year for Melee. I mean, there's Don't Park on the Grass, but it's not the same. Like Summit's its own thing, right? Like everyone's there, and so I was just glad to go, the last super major of the year. So I guess I'll go over some of the first things. I mean, there were a lot of random events, right? Like there's the random versus random. There was like the Iron Man or whatever. There was caster brackets. There was doubles, Slap City. Obviously, I didn't do a lot of it. I did the talent show, which was my handstand, and I feel like I shouldn't have gone first. I feel like going at first kind of put me at a big disadvantage, but I initially did that because I thought it was going to end really late and I didn't want to be out too late. Like I thought I could actually do it for like a minute, but I think me being kind of nervous messed me up a little bit. Also, like I wasn't mindful enough about the time, or else I think I could definitely do it for like a minute. I should have got 30 seconds easy, so that was kind of like a low level performance for me in the talent show compared to what my average or peak could be with handstanding and walking on my hands. So there's that. There's a crew battle, and so the crew battle was on Leffen's crew, and it was Leffen, me, the Shizwiz, and Amsa. I forget exactly how it went. I just know like I made like a pretty good comeback, and then even with that comeback we were still down by like 6 stocks or whatever, but at that point like it was up to me to come back enough to the point where Leffen could make a comeback. So if I played a little bit not good, or Leffen played a little bit not good, we were both gonna lose. But both me and Leffen made big comebacks, so we ended up like barely winning in the end. So that was kind of like a team effort thing that we needed. And then after that, we fought Plup's team. Similar thing happened. I think Leffen started making comeback again, but then I went last this time, and I needed to make a really big comeback, and I was doing all right. It ended up being my last stock, and Slox had 2 stocks, but I think the nerves might have got to me a little bit, even though like it didn't really bother me that much. I felt like I could deal with it, and even still, I pretty much just missed some tech chases and stuff, and then I didn't end up making as big of a comeback as I did in the previous crew battle, and due to that, we just ended up losing. I had to make another comeback, and I felt like it was totally doable. I just choked it or played bad at a couple key moments, and that pretty much just made it impossible at that point to make a comeback. So we were in the final crew battle with Plup.
Smiles on me. I feel it smiles on me. All this life in me. Splash me pants down, candy bars down. I feel it smiles on me. I feel it smiles on me. smiles on me. I feel the smiles on me. Stuck when you think of me, despite the life I lead. Somewhere you're stuck when you think of me, despite the life I lead. All this life in me, sweet. Somewhere in your night you're stuck when you think of me, despite the life I lead. Stuck when you think of me, despite the life I lead. Somewhere in your night you're stuck when you think of me, despite the life I lead. All this life in me, sweet. Somewhere in your night you're stuck when you think of me, despite the life I lead. All this life in me, spirits watch me pass down, can't be fast from me. I feel the smiles on me. I feel the smiles on me. All this life in me, spirits watch me pass down, can't be fast from me. I feel the smiles on me. I feel the smiles on me. Smiles on me. I feel the smiles on me.
The first time we've seen Leffen lose to a Falcon since he achieved.
Wizzrobe is that dude.
Wow.
He's just on that level right now.
Can I say something real quick?
If you talk about that down smash, DJ, I'm taking the microphone away from you.
I guess we'll just talk about the bracket now in general. So start off with Group A and Group B, or Pool A and Pool B, and I was in Pool B, right? So my first match was against SFAT, which is interesting because that was the first person I fought last year as well. And I had fought SFAT like at GTX a couple weeks ago, and it was a really close Game 5 set. And I felt like this time, like at GTX I was really tired, so I knew I was going to have a hard time keeping up as much as I normally would. But this time I was more prepared, I guess, and I tried to been working on my mentality and just playing better in tournament, and I think it showed up there. SFAT I felt like he did play a bit bad at times, but I kind of just kept my momentum going throughout the set, which kind of contributed to that a little bit. I didn't really let up a whole lot in terms of like performing well in the games. So it ended up being like a 3-0 at the end. So I was happy about that because that was like the first like real tournament match kinda. Obviously it was like melee doubles too. Then I fought Leffen, and when it came to that, I knew it was definitely winnable as long as I was really warmed up and whatnot, but yeah, pretty much I remember at the end I just tried my best to clutch it without letting the pressure get to me, and I did a pretty good job about that, and I ended up winning that set, so that was nice. That was my first time playing Leffen in NTSC in a while. Last time I played him was in PAL back in December for DreamHack Winter, so I hadn't played him in very close to a year. So just about a year, like if you're just gonna like estimate it, it's been like over 11 months. And then I lost a set in PAL in winners, and then I won in losers. That's a set I fought Armada in Grand Finals for at DreamHack Winter. And now I finally got to play Leffen again since then in NTSC. And I kind of feel like Fox versus Falcon, NTSC versus PAL, I was trying to figure out a while ago like which one's easier, right? And I think that I used to think that NTSC was easier, but I feel like they both kind of have their trade-offs to the point where it's basically even or somewhat even.
I've been working all I can, get back to unite me, you know I got a plan. Hoping that you might be slip into my bed. Baby, do me nicely, baby, do me nicely. Once again, once again. I've been living in this life, baby. This is something I don't want. Want you to call up by my side, baby. And slowly give me all your love. I've been living to the street. Want you to show me all your love. Show me all your love, baby. Love, baby. You're the one that I can't get back to you.
He might do it to him. Oh, okay.
He's gonna let him do it.
Ooh!
Yeah, right? Oh, he almost got that up air.
Oh, what a grab. Oh, douche.
Popeye the Sailor Man.
Wow.
God damn, Popeye.
Yeah, not even Wizzy was happy about that.
Yeah.
It's like,
He looks kind of sad.
yeah.
And then after that, I fought Plup, who was the other person in the pool, had won all their matches. And going into that set, I wanted to be prepared, but at the same time, I didn't really have like a really crazy new game plan or anything. I was just hoping to just play my best and stick to like a good game plan. And it was a pretty average set for me versus Plup. He won 3, I won 1 match. So it was 3-1 in his favor. So I basically need to get better versus him if I were to do better versus him in tournament. So because this tournament I didn't really have like any crazy new plan. So at that point, I don't know what I assume I got like 2nd seed or something in the pool. I don't know. I don't know, but 3rd seed or something. I don't know how that works, but I only lost to Plup. I beat the other 2 people I had to fight. I beat SFAT, I beat Leffen. So now when it came to the bracket, the first person I fought was Mew2king. I remember my pool was took some time to decide who I fight in the bracket because there's like tiebreakers and stuff a lot in the pool with other players and whatnot. So I ended up fighting Mew2king first, and I know me and Mew2king both knew whoever won would fight either Zane or Hungrybox, so we both wanted to be kind of ready for that too. And so when I fought Mew2king, I ended up winning pretty convincingly. I kind of just, to be honest, feel like he was trying obviously, but like I feel like he didn't really have that like strong motivation to win because we play all the time. It's kind of like that a little bit. When you play someone all the time, you're like pretty good friends with them. It's kind of like you don't have as strong of a drive to beat them, I would say. I feel like that's what I felt from him at least. So I think that was part of the reason why he didn't look as strong in the set. But I ended up taking that set.
That shit don't feel right. It made me put away my pride. Prince Max on the
And so after that, I fought Hungry Box because he beat Zane in a close set. I tried to prepare for Hungry Box, but game 1 went really well, so I was like, okay, this could be a good set for me. But I'm starting to think maybe I shouldn't have kept taking back to Pokemon. I think the thing is, like, he kind of made a new game plan and it was working well. I should have been better at adapting. Like, sometimes I'm aware what people are doing, but I have a hard time, like, acting upon what I know I need to do, so I should have done a better job of that. And basically his game plan was, like, more improved versus me, so also, like, I was playing bad a couple times when it came to him throwing me and, like, comboing off of that, so a little bit of me playing bad, but also a lot of just his game plan got a lot better versus me, and he just improved his general game versus Falcon and versus me a lot, so can't really say much about that. He obviously took that set. And then losers, I fought Amsa, which I'm always very confident versus Yoshi because I understand the matchup really well, but the only thing that does make it a little weird to play, or a little nervous to play, I guess, I don't know if nervous is the word, but like a little like something could go wrong feeling, is the fact that despite me knowing the matchup super well, because like a lot of my previous sets were with Amsa, I won 3-0, the most recent sets, is the fact that, you know, you don't fight a Yoshi often, and even if you do, the second best Yoshi is like more like tiers below Amsa pretty much. Like Amsa's just so much better than any other Yoshi, on top of there already being a low amount of Yoshis, so it's just like kind of know what to do. But that's kind of what I felt like happened a little bit in some of the games I lost. I felt like I knew what to do in my head, but just like a couple ideas just weren't there. Like I started changing a couple things and they started working out, and then I'm like, okay, I can do this. And like maybe me not playing Amsa enough or not playing a Yoshi enough kind of made me slow to get back into the groove of fighting Yoshi. So definitely kind of felt some of the Amsa definitely got better at the matchup, but it's also like felt like not being able to play Yoshi as much was definitely difficult to deal with. I'm sure everyone has that problem, right? So I ended up taking it in the end. I was really happy about that because it was obviously a close set, and I feel like I should win with how much knowledge I have in the matchup, but I was so winded from that set that going into the Leffen set, I was like still tired. I had the decision between like taking a break and sitting down more so and chilling, or keep warming up, and I was thinking I probably needed to just sit down, but I was with Mew2king and I kind of just decided to keep warming up to keep my hands warm. And I think I kind of regret that because like literally I could not catch my breath from like the Amsa set. Like my chest, like I was still catching my breath. So when I go into the Leffen set, I was starting to get later in the day anyway, so I was just getting really tired. So like by the point where I got to Leffen, felt like my energy was just kind of drained. So I felt like warmed up kinda, but I also felt like drained. So like versus Leffen, I was starting to do good, but then like at key moments, my body would just like kind of be slow or something, or I would just fail at a certain time because I was just getting really tired. So I felt like if I was at my perfect energy versus Leffen, I could have brought the set a lot closer, or maybe won, or at least brought it a lot closer, because a lot of those games I had, I just ended up losing them. But Leffen definitely made a couple really big adjustments since the last time he fought me too, so I think if I'm gonna be honest, he probably would have won the set even if I was playing my best with as much energy as possible. But I would have at least still been pretty close. I could have won, but I would, if I were to like guess, I would say he probably would have won with the adjustments he made, even if I was playing my best. So that was good on him for making the adaptation. If I would have beat him, I would have fought Mango, and I haven't fought Mango in a while, and I've been trying to work on the Falco matchup more. So I really would have liked to fight him just to see like what had changed, if I'd gotten better, or if I had a chance at winning. But obviously he would have been my hardest person to beat at that point in the tournament. So I got top 4 in the end, and I mean, I'm pretty happy about that considering it's the last tournament before Ultimate, and obviously you always want to do better, but it was a pretty good run. I'm glad to end the year off with a pretty good placing with a couple good wins, so definitely was not a bad tournament. Definitely was a good tournament. Like I said, you always want to do better, but I can't really complain. I did pretty good, so that's pretty much it, and I'm excited for Smash Ultimate now. And Summit was pretty awesome, so that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Right.